Every business in today's date literally thrive for experience, what we refer to as customer experience, right? But really, what is the magic of customer experience? Uh, in this video, we're going to share all the hacks and tricks of ensuring that, irrespective of the business environment that you are in, you should be able to enjoy the best of the best customer. Should be able to give that best customer or client experience to yours, external environment. Hi, my name is Avik, Aviksa, business strategist and a business coach, and I'm in this mission right now to help micro, small, and medium business owners like you to help your business and take it to the next level. And after going through all deep down journey to my own business journey and surrendering to all the best of best global mentors in the space of business and life, so I'm just helping you to cut short the entire learning curve and ensure that you get this power pack insights and actionables implementation, which will help you to take your business journey to the next level and scale your business to make it sustainable and scalable business equally as well. So listen to the video till the end of it, and also ensure that you stay till the end, because towards the end I'm going to share some of the massive bonanza gift, which will definitely going to give you a complete uh, growth hike in your business performance. So without much delay, let's dive into the main, to the core subject. So yes, as I was mentioning, everywhere, every industry across, and even bigger brands across, every one of us talks about customer experience, right? But what is the real fact, or probably the facts and evidences of ensuring that you deliver a better client experience to your clients and customers? Well, the myth in this entire situation is there's nothing called customer experience if your internal customers are not aligned with you. If your internal environment, your internal ecosystem is not aligned with you. So the first myth or the golden crack nuts is ensure that your internal environment or your internal ecosystem are completely aligned with the vision, values, and mission of business goals and business environment, and also with the business goal of the environment. Because guess what? If your co-adjacent departments or functions or aligning partners, they are not aligned with the core business goal and the mission values of the business, then probably every now and then, as dealers, as suppliers, as manufacturer, as retailer, as service industry, across the whichever industry that you're coming from, as construction or as service industry, everywhere you will face that there is a red flag who is always trying to pull you down. Yeah. So which means that if your adjacent environment in the ecosystem, they are not with you, it might be your stakeholders, it can be your vendors, suppliers, your entire ecosystem who actually supports you in the entire function, right? If they're not aligned with you overall in the ecosystem, you'll definitely hit the major hits in the business, which is not the real game, or which is not the real output. You'll find majority of your day-to-day operational activities just draining out, just to ensure that they are not backbiting, or they are not pushing you around, or net they are not taking your brand credibility down notch, right? So rather focusing on the business activity, your core bandwidth in the day goes in just to pacifying and settle things well, and ensure that none of your ecosystem partners are making a trouble in the front end environment, which in turn will cause your customers to go viral or impact your core front end business. So it has less to do with your product and services. Well, that's the bottom line, which any business owners will take care of it. But it has more to do with the ecosystem and the environment, where every partner, stakeholders, uh, you know, e- aligned partners should be with you in the support system or in the entire ecosystem for that matter. Yeah. So that's the golden, the first rule to ensure that yes, things are on place, and then probably you can think of those product services and all that stuff also equally in parallel as well, right? Because guess what? If the people are not with you, then no matter how good you deliver and whatever you try to do your best with your customer and clients, they will take undue advantage of you, because they will be influenced by your environment, right? And then probably you don't have any control on that. So I mean, how will you ensure that it goes right? So basically, it's always a vibe which attracts a tribe, right? And so what vibe you are driving, what is your core intention, and getting into the end impact and stuff like that. Or also it should also equally get that results impacted for your partner, stakeholders, vendors, suppliers in the ecosystem. Otherwise, why would they promote your brand or partner, right? So you should ensure that everyone should be profitable, in the ecosystem. Somehow or the other, they should get something or the other from your end, so that they are okay, and in terms of the acceptance level, and also in terms of the relationship level, so that they on a subtle level they promote your platform, your brand and credibilities and all that stuff, right? The second point is which come on the ground is your internal core team. So you must have an internal core foundational team, a leadership team, a second line team, who are with you in parallel in the mission, vision, values of the business. Because if you don't have a proper frontline team with you, then operation functions or ground team functions, maybe it is a cost center of your business or warehouse or manufacturing team or support center, cost center. They are the one who will take you for a ride at an internal level. So your frontline team must be definitely with you no matter what. So basically, who are facing your end customers, right? So your business goal, your mission, culture, values, purpose, all that has to be aligned with your front end team in specific, if not the back end team, right? So that's, I think, that's predominantly one of the key golden aspects equally as well, and parameters equally as well, right? So just ensure that all that is there, and you should be able to ensure that there are weekly or fortnight reviews are happening, especially fortnight reviews are happening with the team, so you understand their tone, you understand their reflection, their mindset, their mood, their ethos, how best they're aligned with you, how best their acceptance with you. Well, exceptional situation can be there, might be there, but that's okay. But more or less, it has to be in the same harmony. Yeah, I repeat, it has to be there in the same harmony. Nothing goes off when you start accepting things, even in the toughest situation. Okay, and ensure that you give space to everyone. Okay, you give space to everyone, especially your core team members. So you are also in a better position to take and breathe that space. So whenever those mutual support are required, you should be able to support each other, but definitely not at the cost of business, right? So when I say cost of business, that's like no break in process, no break in compliance, right? So yeah, I think that's the second thing altogether, pointed altogether to take care of, which is your internal core functional team should be definitely with you in terms of the business goal, cultural aspects, and overall business values, mission, purpose equally as well. The third but not the least, which I've already touched upon in the second pointers, is no break in compliance, right? Irrespective of the fact that your team is with you, your external partners, factors that you already have taken care of, but no break in compliance, which means no process break adherence, right? Because once you start duplicating those process break probability, your patterns, this will eventually hit your business at a ground level on a massive level. Because when you start scaling, and scaling is only possible when you decentralize your structure, when you ensure that there are enough empowerment and collaboration happening in the environment, in the ecosystem. Because if you have to take care of all the functional activities of all the functions, then probably you are not driving a business, right? You yourself are employed in the environment, and you are thinking that you are making a big show, right? The only I mean, it reminds me of very state great statement of some of the billionaires and leaders of business world. It's like your team should have smarter members than yourself. Only then you are a successful businessman or business owner, not the other way. And it has less to do with any sort of turnover or volume and all that stuff. It has more to do with people management, right? If you think that people at your environment or ecosystem are smarter than you, then probably time has come that you have to intervene, or you have to get down on the ground level and to understand that where is it going wrong. You must have a process level understanding at every function of your business, whether it is marketing, sales, management, operations. You must have a process level understanding. If you don't have a process level understanding, things will go wrong at any given point of time, and you will have no control on that, right? So just ensure that you must have a process level understanding when it comes to measurement, when it comes to drive, when it comes to execution, when it comes to communication, when it comes to planning, prioritizing. So all that will happen when you have a complete clarity on process level, right? Because only when you have a clarity, you can set those clarity and roadmaps and actionables to your team members, to your frontline leadership teams in those fortnight reviews, right? Otherwise, what? Otherwise, those reviews become a gyan session. Those reviews become a lecture. Those reviews become some checklist, and it doesn't have an outcome-based goal. It doesn't have an outcome-based agenda, right? So your reviews, your fortnight reviews, must have those agenda, those outcome-based output, so that there is always a roadmap for your frontline leaders or business owners, and they can see the next level. Yeah. So I think that's the third golden fact and myth. Probably some other myths to break off equally as well. The fourth thing, and probably the last thing to talk about equally as well, to ensure a better customer experience and customer delight, is to ensure that you must have a segmentation of your clients and customers. Because if you're not able to segment your clients and customers, and if you're treating every one of them in the same parallel zone, it will not work out. You see, in every environment, even if you have a excellent process and systems and all that stuff is already there, with all the goal set, mission set, you'll still find those 10 to 15% of customer in the environment who will try to either disturb the ecosystem, or who will try to gain those extra attention at no business, at business cost, right? So you have to identify those trigger, you have to identify those pulses, you have to identify those patterns in the environment which is happening. And probably it is better to have a no-show with such customers and clients way forward than trying to pacifying them in all terms. Because these are those clients, customers who take everything as granted and they don't respect the mutual terms and policies of business, right? And so if you start, giving them more attention, probably it will hit to a mass level, and then probably for you it become very difficult to have the gain and momentum on at a scalable level to control your business when it comes to productivity and mass momentum. So it's better to stop, deal with those 10-15% of customers and just let them go off. Because you don't need to prove who you are, and you also don't need to pacify them about your services and products, because anyway they are not in your ecosystem, and they always have a wrong intention to be in your environment for a mutual impact. And the best way to gauge these customers, clients, and is mutually by their conversation, by their patterns of behaviors reflecting in the environment. And probably one or two incident is sufficient to just take note. So the best way is just give them whatever they require and just make them an exit from the environment. Because if they keep notching in the environment, they will never going to make anything good for your business, and also they will not going to make anything impactful in your business equally as well. They are the person who will probably take your brand name and granted and make a hit out of that, right? So ensure that you must do that, that check line, draw out that check line and stop line, and ensure that you have a complete pathway equally as well. Yeah. And last pointers, fifth and final pointers when it comes to ensure that you have better customer delight and a consumer delight experience is, even when it comes to dealing with your vendor, suppliers, and manufacturer, you have to keep shuffling and give that best innovation in terms of your product services to your external customers. So, example, your vendors and suppliers are also your internal customers, right? And if you keep taking, if you keep revolving the wheel of just pushing the product services to your market without ensuring that it's having an end impact to the market, and without putting a stop to your vendors and suppliers, then probably this becomes an ecosystem of just moving the wheel on rather than making any impact to the market. So it's better to execute the game with 10 vendor suppliers rather than 50 vendor suppliers, where those 10 to 20 vendors you will find more effective and more impactful in your environment, with a higher ticket size and impact on the environment equally as well, because they are your partner supplier who are also thinking on and in terms with your mission, vision, value, purpose of your businesses, right? Numbers will anyway come on the game by default in any game, any day. Numbers is not a question, but number will come only when the right behavioral attributes are in place, when the right action plans are in place, when the right vision, culture of the business are in place. So you have to gauge these small triggers and patterns, right? It's always a balance of culture and capabilities. I keep on saying that. I repeat, it's always a balance between culture and capabilities, internally and externally with your customers and client equally as well. So don't have that myth that customer is everything. Well, customer is everything, but most important, your internal customer is everything. So identify your internal customers, draw out those purpose, mission, ensure that the frontline team are with you, ensure that your stakeholders, partner, supplier, vendors are in same dotted line, ensure that you chunk off those 10 to 15% of your customers who kept on nagging the brand value and brand credibility, right? So if you just ensure that you keep on, driving these things for five strong parameters round the quarter, round the year, round the month, you will definitely have a mass market impact, and no one can stop you in taking the journey to the next level, right? So with that, Avik signing off here as of now. Next, just ensure that you must go ahead and listen to this video again and again, because Powerpack Insights videos has been shared, and this will definitely help you to gain the momentum and take it to the next level. So no compromise, and keep taking enough notes. And just like I mentioned, that if you stay till the end, there's a Powerpack gift equally as well. So the gift is, uh, since you stay till the end, generally I do not give such just such offer, but it's just that you stay till the end. So a business hygiene check with me, a 30 to 45 minutes of call. Generally, I give it to a cost of around $5,000, but since you stay till the end, so it comes to you absolutely without any cost. But this is only for a limited time span. It might go at any given point of time. So take the best opportunity and grab it, and schedule your call and book your call today to get your business hygiene check. Also, at the same point of time, do join my Telegram channel and Facebook WhatsApp group as well. And do like and subscribe the channel for me to keep sharing such Powerpack business insights. And do comment what is the next video in terms of your challenges and roadmaps that you want to hear out. I'll keep sharing such Powerpack insights equally as well for you. Till then, I'll be signing off here as of now. Look forward for the next video. And yeah, look forward for the next Powerpack video equally as well. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.